Steve-0.
Yo, what's the word?
Hey man, with Josh Giddey's recent play for the Chicago Bulls, we gotta ask, is this his team for the remainder of the season? We're gonna have to revisit Ben Johnson's interview at the NFL Combine yesterday for the Chicago Bears. And just like it's too early to panic about the Chicago White Sox, it's definitely too early to anoint the undefeated Chicago Cubs in spring training. Plus, I want to touch on the Chicago Sky and this vicious rumor that I've been seeing about Angel Reese's reaction to Caitlin Clark's poster being posted around the Chicago Sky Stadium. But of course, we're going to discuss all of that right after the intro. Good morning, Chicago sports fans. Welcome to another episode of Chi-Town Sports Central. It's your boy Big Kev and Steve0 Speaks is in the building, and as you can hear, I sound a little bit better. I've been drinking all types of turmeric and ginger and tea and whiskey and hot toddies, cold toddies, trying to get this out of my system. You dig? What's the word, Steve-0?
A cold toddy. I gotta try that. Yeah, I'm cool. It's a little slow this week. We just really waiting for the combine to kick off. But besides that, is this Josh Giddey team? Let's get straight into it.
Yeah, man. Is it Josh Giddey's team for the rest of the season? You know, the last basically since the All-Star break, it's the Bulls have gone. I mean, they've lost a lot of games, but Josh Giddey has been hooping. A lot of these games they've been losing by 2, 3 points, overtime, lost to the Knicks, so on and so forth. But you're seeing numbers like 26 points, 16 rebounds. Let's just look at his last 4 games. Uh, the loss to Detroit, notwithstanding, because they got their butts kicked. He had 17 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. But then since then, 27 points in the overtime loss to the New York Knicks to go along with 16 rebounds and 4 assists. 24 points to go along with 8 rebounds and 10 assists and 3 steals against the Phoenix Suns. And then last game, 25 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks, and 1 steal. And in pretty much all of those games, he's been hitting 2, 3, 4 3-pointers in all of those games. So have the Bulls handed the reins to Josh Giddey and to lead this team for the rest of the season.
I mean, might as well because you got to come to a decision on what you're gonna do with them towards the end of the year. Like that's the whole thing when it came to trading Alex Caruso for him. Is he a guy that we're going to eventually extend, which is most likely, if he continues to play this way, is most likely to happen. And I feel like it should be his team because outside of Montes, who else do we really care about giving the ball and seeing what they got? Everybody else, we pretty much know what they got. There's only two people that we really don't know what we have, and that's Montes and him, Josh Giddey. So, and he's asking for 30 mil. That's the number that we've been talking about for the longest. And he's doing everything we asked him to do. We already know he could play make. We already know about his passing ability. We also know that he could get aggressive and put his shoulder into some people's chest and get to that lane. But I think what we really been asking for and what we really been trying to look for and what he's doing now, not only is he defending, which we didn't think he can do, that man is shooting threes at a
Yeah, man.
consistent rate.
In his last 10 games, he's averaging 19.3 points, about 87% from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 blocks, 1.5 steals, 50% from three, Steve O, and 51% from the field.
It's
Crazy,
crazy. And
crazy.
that's what we're asking for. If you want to go out there and get paid, that's the type of performance we expect. To be honest, it's probably a little bit better than what we expected. Like when he was shooting at 40%, we'd be happy with it. But to be shooting 50 at both the field and three, that's unheard of. I
And
mean, of
that's across 10 games. And the reality is, you made a good point. He's playing good defense. In those last 4 games, he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks and
hmm
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steals in those 4 games. So it's like this dude is motivated right now. Now that there's no Zach Levine, no Alex Caruso, even though he didn't play with him, no DeMar DeRozan. The real thing is technically there's no Kobe White and no Io either because
yeah,
neither one of them guys are
they
hooping.
disappeared.
Yeah, so it's like him, Lonzo Ball, even though the numbers don't really dictate the type of impact Lonzo Ball has on the game, even though Lonzo didn't have a really good game against
Philly, yeah.
Phoenix, against
Phoenix,
Phoenix
yeah, he
and
did.
Philly. He only played 8 minutes. Did he get hurt in that Philly game? In
I
that
think
Philly
he
game?
got hurt. I think you just seen the tides where it was going. Like we don't need to play him that much today.
Yeah, they blew him out. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is Josh Giddey's team, and I believe that this is what the Chicago Bulls office want to see from him. Especially with what you said, they're trying to consider if they want to give him that contract extension, which I believe was a foregone conclusion before they even traded for him. To be
Yeah,
honest, like
you
there's
don't
no way.
trade. Yeah, you don't trade Alex Caruso. Don't get a pick and not think you're gonna pay this man.
Right, exactly. Now, if he coming like now he's starting to get a little bit of leverage because the Bulls are supposed to lose these games. Let's just be honest about it. I was shocked that they put up a 50-point lead on Philly, even though Joel Embiid wasn't there. They still had Paul George and Tyrese Maxey out there and just dominated those guys. But I don't expect the Chicago Bulls to keep doing stuff like this. They're gonna lose more than they win for the remainder of the season.
Which is that? Which we want. We should want that.
It's still crazy though, Steve. They're really one of the best road teams in the league. Still,
It's
still.
weird. We a little bipolar. I don't know what's wrong with us.
If we had a better home record, who knows? Zach Levine might still be here, man. But yeah, that's what I wanted to discuss with the Chicago Bulls today. They
And he
do
got
have,
a hell of a task tonight, though. You
yeah,
going
they
against
play the,
James Harden and them boys, so
yeah, they
we
got the
gonna really
Clippers.
see if he can. I'm not expecting a similar type night, but if he could flirt with a triple double and shoot decent, that's fine enough for me.
I mean, this season though versus the Clippers, I got his numbers. He played one game, 40 minutes. He had 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists
That's what I'm looking for.
against them this season so far. So hey, but the Bulls are at home, so I expect them to lose. That's just the
Which is
reality.
sad.
That's just the reality. They play each other tonight at 7 p.m. at the United Center. Tickets for Bulls games should be cheap now. They should be cheap.
They ain't though.
Now I think when they play Toronto on Friday, there's still
That's
some
because it's
tickets.
Toronto.
Yeah, I know. But when they playing marquee teams, they're gonna try to milk it. I already know how it go. But all right, y'all already know. If you want to hear anything else about the Chicago Bulls, head on over to Chicago Bulls Central, where Hayes is holding it down for the game. You're gonna have the pregame action tonight, live game action on the Shab Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C Dub, Bobby, Steve will be in the building as well. I won't be. I have family function to attend later on this evening, and then post game action right back with Hayes over on Chicago Bulls Central. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and hit that notification bell. All right, moving on to the Chicago Bears, Steve-O. The Chicago Bears, we all know, they got a lot of salary cap space. They're going into the combine to look at these rookies and so on and so forth. I saw that Gentry ain't even going to go out there. He's just going to be interviewing people. The Bears have said that they're going to interview him as well, which is a good look for the Bears because we do need a running back. But I was interested to hear what you thought about Ben Johnson's press conference yesterday because he did say a lot yesterday about the team and the last 5 weeks since he's been hired.
Um, what I think coming away from it, I think the biggest thing coming away from it is Caleb hungry. He ain't leaving this man alone. He sit there sending text messages while he try to watch the Super Bowl and shit. Like that, but that's the type of connection you should want. Like if Kayla wasn't trying to reach out based on the season that we just had, I'd be a little bit worried. But the fact that they got each other's phone number, but not only that, they're constantly communicating. That's a sign that they're talking at least once to two times a week even if they ain't seen each other because we've been seeing Caleb been in London or Paris somewhere
Yeah, they
recently.
haven't they haven't been with each other yet.
Yeah.
But I think once all of the nitty gritty is taken care of as far as the off season is concerned, with the draft combine, with free agency, with the draft, well, prior to the draft, I don't expect them not to see each other until April. But I do expect them to be apart for at least the next week or two with the Bears getting ready for the combine. One thing that I like is that he's sticking to his guns. He said that he said he didn't hire a bunch of his friends, which I like. He went to bat for pretty much every coach that he hired, from Dennis Allen to what's the wide receivers coach?
He got a long name. I ain't finna try to butcher it.
No, it's like
uh,
L something. It's like he played in the league. But anyway,
Abdul, not Abdul.
yeah,
What
and
is it?
I think it's a dude. I can't think of his name for whatever. I'm the
Yeah.
old one, so I forget names.
It's hard. I have trouble. Like if you, I think it's three names. I think they call him by like his middle name, or he got two last names, so it's hard for me to remember.
But he went to bat for all his coaches, and he went as far as to describe the things that he liked about Caleb Williams. But he went as far to talk about the things that he didn't like about Caleb Williams and the things that they got to work on. And I love that. Of course, he went back to the rip it down to the stubs. We saw that already when he was first hired. But what I didn't like, from what I heard from, excuse me, the press conference was when they asked about playmakers, and he was saying that we need playmakers all over the field at every position, but we don't necessarily need a star. Now that is something that I just disagree with. You need star players to win in this league, offensively and defensively. Philadelphia Eagles don't make it as far as they do without Saquon Barkley on offense. They don't make it as far as they do without the studs that they have on defense. The same thing about the Kansas City Chiefs. They go to the Super Bowl every year because they got star players to lead the
Mm,
way. Yeah, they do.
mm,
Yeah, they
no,
do.
no,
What
they
you
don't.
mean?
Because like I don't agree with it. I mean, I do agree with what he said because it's multiple examples. Because I mean, Philly is the only one that's team shrouded with stars on both sides. On the side of Chiefs, it's two people on the offense that's stars.
But they are star players. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
and we
two
play,
people.
and
But
you
I'm
play
saying if you
Madden, you
look
got
at
to have
but if
even
you
when you
look
play
in there,
Madden, you got to have a star player or two or three.
which I think we already got. That's
Who's
why
that?
I think Caleb got the chance to be a star player. I
He's
think
not
Rome
there
has to.
yet.
DJ Cole, if used right, star player.
They're not there
Yeah.
yet, though.
They're not there yet due to what we was playing with.
Yeah, they will
If
become
you can
stars. I
if
get you on
DJ can
that.
get 11 almost 1100 with Justin with that line with that coach, that's a star. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they all have potential to be star
And the
players.
reason I agree with him is because if you pay attention to what he did with Detroit, they didn't have stars all over that field. He turned Armin Raw into a star. Armin Raw wasn't a star before he got there.
Hmm.
Even with the running backs, we didn't know how good Jameer Gibbs was until he drafted him. And they turned him in, and he not a star based on if they didn't go get David Montgomery.
Hmm.
The only star I would say on that whole squad, you can maybe say Jared, but it's Panay. It's Panay. That's the only one.
Jared Goff, you saying?
Yeah, Jared or Panay.
I mean, you got to have stars, but they don't have to be acquired in free agency. You're right. You can develop players into becoming stars, but I do say that you need
Oh, so
star.
he said in free agency
No, no, no. He was just saying that they don't
in
have to be
general.
star players.
Okay.
Yeah, I just believe that they have to become star players if they're not already star players. Like
Okay.
they
I
got,
agree with you with that.
yeah. You can't win in this league without star players. Is the point that I'm making. That's just a fact there. But yeah, other than that, I thought Ben Johnson was spot on. I didn't listen to Ryan Post's interview yet, but maybe we could touch on that tomorrow. But y'all already know what it is, man. Hit up Chicago Bears Central for any news, update, and analysis. I'm pretty sure Hayes is already doing his thing on the daily there. All right, Steve, moving on to baseball. Chicago White Sox, man, they're not even worth talking about right now in spring training. These guys got completely obliterated again. Like it was actually a respectable game for a few
Until it
minutes.
wasn't.
Bro, I checked the score. I'm like, oh, it's 2-1. We good. We might even actually get a chance.
30 minutes later.
14-3 was the
I
final.
was
It ended
like,
up, I'm like,
what happened?
it was 14-1. Like at first I was like, it's 2-1. It's the sixth, it was the fourth inning or the sixth inning. And then boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, it's 14-1. I was like, what in the world? But again, it's spring training. So you got a bunch of Home Depot, Walmart, Little
Yeah.
Caesars workers out there just, having fun, living out their childhood dreams, playing in the spring training in front of their girlfriends and their parents. But it's still disheartening. As much as I want to say you don't got to put that much stake in spring training baseball, and I still believe that. It still sucks to see the White Sox continuing to get their asses whooped.
That got to break a record in spring training history. I've never seen somebody get smoked that bad in spring training. Like I think the most I've seen in spring training was like 9 to 10 runs. 14 is crazy.
I've seen it. I've watched a lot of baseball. You see
Who?
all types of
Please
stuff.
tell me who's the last team to do it. Now tell me where we going.
Let me see.
That got to be a historic feat or something, or they at least got to be the first team to do it in some years.
Hold on. Most
Cause
runs scored in a spring training game. It was like in 1967. That's what it says.
it was like 23 runs.
It says 23. Yeah,
Damn.
23 to 18.
Oh well, they ain't had no damn pitching back then. There wasn't such thing as that much velocity in that time.
You feel me? But yeah, but the Cubs are still undefeated,
I can't
Steve-O.
even hate. I really can't even hate because I'm actually paying attention and they playing good ball. I can't even lie to you. Like that bullpen looked like it's gonna be something. We already knew they was pretty good hitters, but I think my surprise they might be better defending or fielding, I should say, more than people give it credit for.
I mean, listen, I don't even know why people wouldn't give them credit. Like they have gold glovers all over the field,
Cause
and you
they,
got,
they a little older, and they ain't trying to give them, or they young, the young ones on there, they ain't
hey
trying to go
man, Pete Crow Armstrong is a stud at center field.
stud.
Turner, who they just grabbed over, he's a stud
Yeah,
in
you
right
shouldn't even
field.
question that. That was like, yeah, that was a good signing right
And
there.
left field is sold up. The biggest question is going to be at third base with Matt
Yeah,
Shaw because he's a rookie. But first, second, and shortstop are pretty
locked.
solid. So
Yeah,
like, and listen, and Suzuki's still serviceable out there as well in the field, even though he's not as good as he used to be.
mhm.
It's just, and they got people that come off the bench that's going to be solid. Chicago Cubs did everything they could to put together a team that's going to go out there and make the playoffs and beyond. It's just that looking at that gauntlet over in the West Coast of the doggone LA Dodgers just
Dodgers.
makes you feel like the Cubs didn't do enough. But baseball is a game that needs to be played on the field and not on paper. But so far, they're undefeated. And my thing is, just like we can't be panicking about the White Sox, even though I get it, can't be anointing the Cubs too early either.
Yeah,
Being undefeated in spring training is just like being undefeated in the preseason of basketball, football.
means nothing.
It means absolutely nothing because just like the White Sox got a bunch of nobodies going out there. The Cubs also have nobodies going out there too. For every Pete Crow Armstrong, there's a dude named Joe Blow who ain't gonna make the team. That's
Or
out there.
Miguel Perez.
You feel me? Like they just out there. So just pump the brakes a little bit, Cubs fans. I get it. Be excited about your team, but let's wait till the regular season starts. You already know.
They already talking about conference champions.
Yeah, division champs and all that. But we already know how it goes in the Central Division. Every time you look up, St. Louis is still right there.
Always.
Milwaukee is still right there. Cincinnati still got Dela Cruz, and that dude is a dog. And listen, Chicago Cubs got their work cut out for them for the season.
Mhm.
But it's not too early to be excited about the team either, though. Let's let that be known. All right, y'all already know. Hit up Chicago White Sox Central for any White Sox updates, news, and analysis. And then, of course, Chicago Cubs Central with my guy Big Mike holding it down over there. Blackhawks lost last night, Steve-O,
Mhm.
to the Utah Hockey Club, but it was a close game all the way to the end. They ended up losing 2-1.
Lost to the damn club.
The Utah Hockey Club, man, that's crazy, bro. Hey, but it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a bad game. They put up some fight. They had a
Fun
chance.
bad.
Yeah, they had a chance to win. It was the first time in a while that they didn't just get blew out by three or four goals. The crazy thing is the over under I think was 6.5. So defensively, both teams came out there and took care of business. Y'all go ahead and hit up Chicago Blackhawks Central for any news updates
Schools.
and analysis. There, my boy Skulls holding it down. Now over to the Chicago Sky because when it comes to the Sky, bro, we got to do more dispelling of fake news than actual basketball analysis because for some reason grown men have a problem with Angel Reese
A
and
big
and
ass problem.
and you know like now all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden, Angel Reese is the one who needs to tone it down. She's the one that needs to not be sexy, and so on and so forth, right? Because when people complain about it, that's what they point out. They don't point out skills on the court. They don't point out any of those things. They say, "Oh, if you wasn't out there showing your booty all the time, then maybe you'd be better at basketball." Yada yada yada. But there's this thing that's been floating around. I'm sure you've seen it if you've been on Facebook anytime in the last week or
Yeah,
two.
kinda, yeah.
Of there are people saying, "Oh, Angel Reese, um, Angel Reese is upset that there's a Caitlin Clark billboard near the stadiums of the Chicago Sky. And they say they got a poster of her saying, "What the F? This is my city." And they're sharing it as if it's an actual real quote. And the original post got like 30,000 comments and 20,000 likes and this, that, and the other. And it's like, y'all do know she didn't really say this. Like, we're really sitting here actually caping for fake news. Like we're really getting behind, and it's not the first time that I've seen people share something that Angel allegedly said and get behind it as though she actually said it. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? And it's mostly
Yeah.
grown men. So when they post it, because it's made its round through several sports group forums that I'm in on Facebook, and every time I see it, I post, "Y'all some gossiping little girls." As grown men, I can't understand it. Like, why are men gossiping like little
It's just
schoolgirls?
it just comes down to the point where, like, do y'all realize how goofy y'all really look and sound nowadays? Like, the fact y'all be going hard on a woman that is 22 years old, don't know your name, could give a less of a damn about you, and y'all be bringing her up in conversations where she ain't even there, she ain't said nothing about it. This how I know y'all get catfished because y'all believe anything y'all fucking say or see. AI is the worst thing to happen because y'all will believe it. She didn't say it. You could go on her Twitter right now. That's where everybody says she said. It's not there. She didn't delete it. It was never there. She never said. It's not how she even talked. What the fuck? That's my city. The only thing she claims is her city is Baton Rouge and Baltimore. She don't even claim Chicago as a city
Yeah,
because she ain't been here long enough.
she even spelled go GEAUX. Then she put sky.
Yes, that's LSU. That's us. That's when it comes down. And then it's not even that. Before that even happened, you got the NC State women's basketball coach taking a picture with a dude with an Angel Reese sucks. Nigga, LSU didn't play that day. She wasn't in the city. She wasn't in the state. She wasn't in the building. Her team wasn't in the. What is you talking about her for?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, guess who it was? A grown white male. Goofy. Two grown white males, one is 20 and one in his 60s looking goofy.
So like this group that posted it, like this post has 29,000 comments and three and a half thousand,
That's
three
goofy.
point five thousand square shares and 102,000 likes. And it's like that many people gullible. And then they got they be having pictures of her being the angry black woman. And that's part of it. Like the
It's,
people who share this type of stuff,
it's racist as hell. Like,
that's
and that's
really,
what it comes down to
yeah.
because one, y'all not really fans because Angel ain't the only one to act like that, black or white. Because the beloved Diana, who's just announced her retire, was 14 times as worse as Angel ever been. But
Mm-hmm.
nobody says nothing about Diana being classless or nothing. Two, I don't understand why people bring up class in basketball, motherfucker. Stop bringing up class in sports, period. This ain't about class. It's about me whooping your ass and going home. It's
Yeah.
in sportsmanship and class is two different things. That's another thing y'all dumb motherfuckers don't understand. So stop bringing up class in this situation. At the end of the day, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and feel like, why do I always got something to say about this black woman?
Yep.
Well, why are you making the black? You don't do this for anybody else.
Nobody. And they don't do it for Caitlin, who
Kaylin too.
who complained to the refs. who show people love, and the whole issue that
And I
Angel
have
and
no problem with it because it's a part of
right,
basketball.
exactly, and the whole issue that Caitlyn and Angel supposedly had because they like each other,
Yeah,
and
they cool.
but in college, Caitlyn did some stuff that Angel reacted to. And because she reacted to it, everybody's like, oh my God, how can she do that? She's just jealous, this, that, and the other. No, she won a championship ring. That's it. That's what it is.
You know, so she saw you talking shit on one game. She remembered it, reminded you, and proceeded to whoop your ass. You lost. Guess what? You came back next year. You whooped her ass. Move on. That's
That's it.
sports. You ain't
That's
see
it.
Angel in this motherfucker talking about, oh, I feel like what Kaylin did was nobody said nothing was wrong with it, but y'all.
That's it.
And it's the same common denominator as white people and fucking in their they fucking Ford trucks with they fucking colorful ass sunshades on.
I'm not even
Those are the
talking to
same
them.
motherfuckers that saying shit.
I'm not even talking to them. I'm talking about all these
And
dudes.
even the dudes, period.
Right. And most of them look just like us. And I've said this before. I feel like they're attracted to Angel Reese and they want to see her in a certain light and just not on the basketball court. They're mad because they don't have a shot with somebody who has confidence. Just like the other day when she said she wanted to be a billionaire and Kevin Love had something to say about it. And people took that and ran with it and was posting that all over. It was one dude that was like, this is y'all's fault. This like what it's our fault that she wants to
It's
be a
our fault
billionaire,
that she wants money.
right? Like, and you're saying it like she doesn't deserve to be a billionaire. Like whoever wants to be a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, whatever, can she not have a sky is the limit mentality? Like, what are we talking about here? So, like, really, seriously, dudes are acting like little kids because
Children.
I can't even just say little girls anymore because little girls tend to be more
They move,
mature.
they stronger than them these dudes.
Right. They got stronger mindsets than these grown men in their 30s and 40s and 50s who feel like they have to continually put down Angel Reese. They have to show her lowlights. They have to show fake quotes and fake news
It's lame. You ain't
just to
got
feel
nothing to do.
and
You
you
bored.
can't and you couldn't guard her on the
You
court.
can't even tie her shoes.
Like, how dare you? You can't even be her towel boy. Like, stop it. Just relax, bro. Just watch the games. And if she fails at basketball, she'll succeed at something else, and you'll be salty about that as well. So that's it. That's it, bro. We're at the end
Once
of the
again,
show.
all I gotta say is stop being mad at women, period, that's doing the same thing men are doing.
Mm-hmm.
If Luca can go bitch, they can go bitch. If
LeBron
they want,
can.
if Shay Gill just want to go up and show up with fucking leather on, showing his fucking shirtless self, Angel can go show some ass or something or whatever she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Rakia can show some legs or whatever she fucking wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Cause y'all ain't saying shit when Russ coming in this motherfucker looking like a goddamn a fucking soldier.
And with a belly top on,
Like y'all, bro, y'all care about the wrong shit.
it's
Y'all really do.
hypocritical. It's hypocritical.
And
And that's
y'all
like,
wanted this to happen. Oh, these girls ain't looking. They look like dudes. You get an influx of women that look like women, playing like women, saying they women, and now y'all mad at it.
mm-hmm. It's
Like, bro,
sad.
get your prohibition ass on. That's how y'all act. Y'all act like this shit is the Great Depression. Yeah, it's over. Go die it then. If you still want to live in that time, go die. It's over.
He said, "Go die."
Tired of these dudes.
Oh my mama. All right, man. We're gonna get up out of here, bro. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to follow the rest of the Shot Town Sports family. Type in your favorite Chicago sports team, put the word Central behind it. We also have the Shot Bulls podcast, which is live tonight for Chicago Bulls, NBA Central, as well as the brand new NFL Central. Go ahead, like, share, and comment. Hit the notification bell. We're gonna holler at you guys next time. Peace.